Hi and welcome to another one of my vintage Hifi videos. Today is just another quick video. Most of my videos I'll try and make as quick as possible so don't bore people and don't go on for too long. I just wanted to compare really a dedicated tuner to a receiver like a tuner amplifier built in. So I wanted to kind of give a reasonable kind of like comparison. I didn't want to pick a Marantz tuner versus a Marantz tuner and amplifier built in because I think like the Marantz ones are more expensive. I've gone for a more budget range one. This is an Hitachi receiver, and as a receiver it's not too bad. Overall sounds okay. It's quite a good little receiver. And in fact I've got this one on eBay at the moment because, as you know, I can't keep everything. I've slowed down buying things at the moment because I just haven't got the room when they arrive in these boxes and nowhere to store them. I don't want to start stacking them on top of each other so they all get damaged and that. I want to try and keep them like in good condition. Most of the stuff I buy, I try and buy in as good a condition as possible. I just think like it's worth sometimes hanging about for something in a bit better condition, rather than I've bought a couple of items that I wanted that weren't in great condition just because I wanted them. But now I'm thinking that some of the stuff I may need to resell on, not because it's rubbish or anything. I'll tell you if anything's rubbish, and I've already probably brought forward them speakers, them Elex speakers that I didn't think were great, and anything rubbish I will tell you, even though I'm selling it on eBay, I still will tell you what I think of it. Obviously everyone's opinion's different. And the price reflects that on eBay. I've sold a couple of lower price things because not that it's rubbish, it's just obviously not top level. Anyway, so yeah, I bought this Marantz 2050 tuner, and I've been listening to it against this Hitachi SR304 receiver. Now this on eBay, I put mine up for £75 including postage, and they're about £70 I suppose plus postage. So it's only because it was pound listing day that if you get the postage in there as well, I won't pay the extra £1 on the postage. This on eBay, I'm probably going to stick this up as well, to be honest with you, because I've got a couple more Marantz receipt tuners, shall I say, that are higher models than this, so I'll probably end up keeping one of them for myself. I can't keep everything, like I say. Anyway, this is the 2050, and I would have thought on eBay this is probably about £50 plus postage thereabouts. I would have thought you're going to pay for it. As you can see, I've changed the lighting on this is to the blue LEDs rather than the normal ones that make it like a bluey kind of greeny colour. The original bulbs would make it. This makes it more blue, more brighter. Can be over brightness for some people, but some people like it. It's a matter of taste, I think. I don't mind it. I'll probably still prefer. I've got a video up of this versus the other one. One of the others, I think it's the 210L. I've got a video of them two together, so you can see the difference. Some people like this blue, some people don't. Like I say, matter of taste. It's not too bad. Like I say, I'm probably going to put this on eBay, so I will mention just quickly that the dial does get some dust inside it, a little bits of dust here and there, and a bit of like slight smearing, I suppose. But when you look at it dead on, it's okay. These blue LED bulbs, if you fit in these will bring these dust and slight maybe smearing that's inside. It will make them more obvious. But it's only when you kind of get the angle and you're looking for it down the side, you'll catch it. I don't think many people go around looking at tuners going, oh, look at this, or receivers down here like that. So if you bang on or thereabouts, you're going to be fine. Looks nice. I mean, I must admit, they do look nice in a darkened room. Anyway, so that's that. So it's got that. It's got a few little marks on the top here that where someone's kind of like made a mark with a pen to where the station is and made a slight indentation, which I haven't managed to get out of the actual brushed aluminium, which is a shame. But like I say, this is only really visible. You can just about see it dead on, but if you start looking side on, you will see it. It's something you ain't going to notice straight away probably. Anyway, so that's that. That's a bit about that. Like I say, I've kind of compared these two because this, like, I don't know when it came out, I'm guessing would have been about £100, and this would have been just over £100, I suppose, £140, something like that, rather than a more up to like upmarket Marantz receiver, which would have cost probably double this. It would have maybe been a bit of unfair comparison, I don't know. But I have listened to them very briefly, and it wasn't a great deal in them, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's a different story. Going back to this, like I say, it's this versus this really, and what did I think of the difference? Can I tell the difference between this tuner and the tuner already built into this receiver here? Well, to be honest with you, it's not a massive difference. There is a difference, yes. First of all, the output on there is quite up. It's quite loud. The output on here is quite loud compared to the. So when you're swapping over, like from, I'll put it through the tape. When you swap over from tape to the inbuilt tuner here, I would have to listen to this one. I would have to bring the volume down a little bit to compare them together. It does come out louder, probably one or two. This is actually notches. This receiver. So sometimes you go to do the notch and it goes a bit louder than you would do normally, like in between the notches. You kind of got sometimes a bigger jump than you normally would have in the volume. So yeah, so I've had to bring it one or two notches down to keep them level par. I've kept the controls exactly where they were on both receivers, the tone controls, which were, because of these speakers, I've actually got the bass on -2, which is minus just one notch. And I kept the treble dead, so just turn the bass down just slightly because these are a bit bassy, these speakers. So yeah, I've given it a good listen, not up here, I took it all downstairs. I've just literally plugged these couple of wires in just so you can see the meters are all working on here and with them lit up. Yeah, so I've took them downstairs, I've had a good listen. There's not a massive amount of difference, but there is a bit of a difference. This here just seems to be a bit more open, not massively, just a little bit more open. The treble's a bit more sweeter, a bit more nicer, but it's not vast by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a little bit. You know what I mean? If you had a choice, if you had both of them, you'd probably keep this tuner connected to this, that kind of scenario. The bass is a little bit more deeper on here. The bass a bit more deeper. So in fact, I did have to turn I felt like I had to turn the bass down just one more notch again because it's just a bit on the bassy side compared to this one. Like I say, these are a bit bassy, these speakers anyway. So it's giving out a bit more detail, a bit more bass there. I would have said a little bit more detail in the treble. Nothing vast though. It's not like wow it's just a little bit. So they're not far off from each other. They're not a million miles apart. So yeah, so it's maybe something to consider. Obviously it's going to take up more space. You're going to have to buy a dedicated tuner, then a dedicated amplifier, and it may cost you 1.5 times as much as it normally would. Say you bought this for 50 and you bought another amp say for 80, 130, where you could, you could probably buy this for 70, say somewhere around there. So you may be paying 1.5 to twice as much for it, and you're going to take up twice as much room. And like I say, it's a little bit of a difference. It's nothing vast, but there is a little. You can hear the difference, but it's not vast. Like I say, where it mainly the treble just a little bit sweeter and a bit more defined, and the bass. They're the two parts. Other than that, the vocal, everything else sounded pretty much the same. I would have said not much between them at all. So yeah, just something to think about. Maybe like if you want to. This is like. I don't think this was bottom of the range tuner, but it was near enough. It may have been the second, one from the bottom. Obviously they went really quite high, these Marantz tuners. Yeah, all in all, it's not a bad tuner at all. For the money you're going to pick up one for, they're quite a bargain, I think, considering when you start going up a few more numbers and they kind of creep up quite a bit. And when you start getting the one with a scope, obviously it's got a different gang in there and whatever, and obviously it's a more sharper and better tuner. What I will say with these tuners as well, I hope you've stuck around a bit longer in this video, is that these aerials are no good. Bits of wire coming out the back is a waste of time. You need a dipole, which I've got downstairs, a proper dipole aerial, especially like in here with computers on and that. It's going to pick up so much interference. You're going to hear so much sissing going on. Even with a proper dipole, you're going in a bad area, not right strong signal. You're going to still. I don't know how far I'm about 13 mile away, I think, from the transmitter, but ain't that far really. Still getting a little bit, on the quiet track, very quiet, and you've got the volume cranked up. You will hear it. This is what these analog tuners are all about, really. Not unless I haven't got a top of the range one, so I won't be able to tell you what like a £500 tuner is going to sound like because I haven't got one. But yeah, so expect that if you're going to get one of these, don't expect it to be DAB quality with no interference whatsoever. You're going to get a little bit of interference, but then you're going to get the analog signal rather than a digital signal. You're going for the analog signal. You've got the meters. You're going for what you're into here. Like you're into the 70s retro kind of hi-fi items. That's what you're buying into. You're buying into technology that's for nearly 50 years old, still going strong. So you're still going to get that little bit of interference. On the speech, if it's on the speech kind of thing, you're going to get that as well. The where it kind of, you can hear them like that kind of thing on the speech. So expect all that. If that's not for you, then these are not for you. Seriously, these are not for you. Go out and get yourself a DAB digital one. which I've got a couple of DA digital receivers, not top of the range by any stretch of the imagination, but DAB. Oh, and I love these are miles better. Trust me. You know, even though they've got that interference, these are different. These are totally different class to them. The ones I've got anyway, the dearer ones. Both of mine. I can't. One of them was, well, say mine. One of them I borrowed off my mate. It was that Sony one I bought cheap. I suppose it was about £100 new, and the other one I can't remember. That was about £150 new. I think somewhere around that bit. These are better. These are definitely better. You know, it just feels. It sounds nicer. It just sounds better to me. You know, it's the analog sound, and it does sound better. So, just got to put up with a few things, but the sound and you know the old I don't know what the word is, but the old feeling and getting into it, and you know, just in I don't know if it's the atmosphere, the ambience, or whatever is better with these. I feel for the price money. So you can pick up one of these 50 quid or the next few models up £100, say, compared with £100 digital one you're going to go and buy. It's going to be much better. It's going to be much better. I mean, I can't say what a dearer digital one's like, but for me, these are the ones to have, definitely, and not that. They obviously go with the styling of your system as well. So that's just my thoughts on them. Anyway, I hope you stuck around to the end now, and I will put up another video soon. But for the time being, I'll say thanks for watching and see you all soon.